There we go. Okay, so this is technically the 5th monthly live show for people who pledge $5 or more per video on my Patreon page. So everyone should be really excited because we actually have a schedule this time. It's going to be fun. So now everybody's here, it's time for the Q&A. So just type out your questions and I will read them and then I will answer them for you. And if anybody on Twitter has anything that they wanted to ask, I asked them as well if anything pops up. So yeah. Ask away, and while you type out things. Right, here we go. From George. Would you consider reading an entire book over a few videos? I'd love to hear the whole of Frankenstein or another publicly available book. Yes, I am actually planning on continuing reading Frankenstein. Fun fact is, I remember saying in the video that the copy that I had belonged to my old roommate, but she left it behind. I put it with all her stuff, but she didn't take it with her, so it's not like I hid it from her. Yeah, the evil roommate, not my new one. So I still have it, and I was planning on reading it more after I explored some other triggers for a while, because I thought that would be fun, so it's not just too much of the same thing. Stuff like that. So I will be doing more of those. So keep your questions coming. When was the last time you went to the movies and what did you see? Pretty sure the last time I went to the movies was with Roxanne, who is my best friend who lives with me now. I'm pretty sure it was Maleficent. No, wait, we saw X-Men. We saw X-Men Days of Future Past. That's what I saw last. It was at the cheap dollar theater for things that are out of the rest of the theaters. Yep, that's what I saw. I love X-Men. For some reason, it takes me a really long time to get around to watching superhero movies, but when I do, I really, really like them, so I don't know what my problem is. Will you do a video on the Adventure Time Encyclopedia? I will. I absolutely will. Can you pass me the Encyclopedia Adventure Time thing? I have backstage workers. Not that one, the other one! Wait, give me that one too. He handed me this one. This is not the right one. This is an Adventure Time Fiona and Cake graphic novel comic thing. But yeah, this is what Angus is talking about. This thing. And yeah, I will. I'll just have to get around to it, but it's really cool. I'll probably go through it. It has a map of and things. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I haven't actually read through all of it yet, but has lots of facts about characters and it's pretty fancy. And it's written by Marceline's dad, who's basically the Lord of Evil. Hudson Abadir, Lord of Evil. I should finish reading this too. But yeah, I will definitely make a video about this. My beautiful assistant, as all good magicians have. Yes, my beautiful assistant. Do you think the ending to Wilfred was happier or messed up? I remember the end of season 1, and if you don't want to be spoiled, just close your ears and go la 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 for a little bit. Once my hand goes down, I'm not spoiling you anymore. At the end where he goes to the closet and then it's not a basement anymore, it's just a closet. But then I remember watching the seasons after that, and he was, he found out that there was still there. But then I don't remember the last thing I saw. I don't remember if I finished season 2 or not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. I'll have to figure that out. Alright, done spoiling things. No more spoils. Probably for the best, it's a time drain. A glorious time drain. Yeah. Yep. I'm trying to remember what was the last thing I remember from that. I remember the first episode of that was really weird, but... and things. Angus left! Am I into tabletop games? Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes, I do. I go through phases of interest where I become obsessed with something and then it goes to something else, but then it always comes back to those things. And for the last month, pretty much all I did was buy board games from thrift shops and everything. I have so many board games. I would show you, but carrying my laptop would be kind of bulky. Actually, I'm just gonna go grab a handful of how many board games I have. You just wait right there. my god, I have so many! Literally have a stack like this high of them. I don't even think I can grab any. Just I have Full Effects, Game of Life, Munchkin, Cranium, Taboo, Quell, Dread Pirates categories. I have a Dungeons and Dragons box that I haven't used. Something called Mall Madness, the Game of Life Pirates Edition, and Carcassonne. And I also have other games. I have card games. That card game that I invented, actually, which we're actually working on to make it something that you can purchase and try out yourself. We're slowly making that a project, making sure that we have the license for all the stuff that I use in the cards and everything. I actually finally checked, and pretty much everything but one tiny little thing that I used is free for commercial use. So after that, we're going to figure out how we want them to be printed, things like that, do some changes with the designs, add different cards, and eventually make them available for you guys to buy if you want. Like, no pressure, if you want. My favorites. I really like Cool Effects, but I'm really bad at it, because Roxanne's really good at it. And she's just way more clever than me at things like that. But yeah. And stuff. What YouTube channels do you like that aren't ASMR related? I really like Christina Horner's. She has youtube.com/italktosnakes as her main one, and then youtube.com/Christina Horner, which is her like secondary, more vloggy channel. I've been watching her since like 2008 or something, as well as other people. Okay, there used to be this collab channel called 5 Awesome Girls, and it went on for like 3 or 4 years. And it was basically 5 girls. Each one had like an assigned day, and Christina Horner was Monday, Lauren Fairweather was Tuesday, Kaylee Hyde was Wednesday, Haley G. Hoover was Thursday, and a girl named Leanne was Friday. Out of all of them, the first 4 still make active videos, but I'm pretty sure Leanne disappeared somewhere at some point. I don't really know what happened to her. But I'm still subscribed to all of them, I think, except Kaylee. But anyway, I really like Christina Horner's. I kind of go through phases again where I'm obsessed with her, and then I'm just like, eh, and then I'm obsessed with her again. And lately I'm kind of obsessed with her again. Who else do I like? I also noticed that a lot, all of my ASMR subscriptions are on my SoftlyGaloshes channel, but then all of my, like, everything else are on my vlog channel, which was my first channel that I had. And that was, I'm just realizing I'm talking mostly into the right side. Alright. But basically, I noticed that a lot of the people I'm subscribed to, I don't really care about their videos anymore, because I don't look at them that often on that side. But who else do I like? I like SciShow, which was put on by Hank Green, who's one of the Vlog Brothers, which is a collab channel between 2 brothers, where they had this project around 2007 where they would only talk to each other in video blogs or phone calls or video calls, like no texting, no just text-based communication. And so that got popular, and that spawned a bunch of other collab channels like 5 Awesome Girls and 5 Awesome Guys and 5 Awesome Gays. 5 Awesome Guys, so it's actually full of really horrible people that eventually became known to be abusers of their fans, like sexual abusers. And they've all recently, in the past year or 2, been called out on that, and they hopefully never make videos again. But yeah. I know how to keep things light and happy, don't I? That was a good answer. Are you competitive when you play games? When they win, like, do I have to win, or do I just enjoy playing? I have like a play competitiveness, or I'll be like, like, I can't believe you did that. I'm going to ruin the rest of your game. But then it always backfires. So it's like I'm not like actually like intense about it. It's more like I'm like play intense. Like, I will end you. You're like, you're homeless now. It's kind of a joke that I do with my boyfriend and my best friend who lives here. Is whenever they do something just tiny that like that's vaguely. I pretend that it upsets me. I'll be like, you're homeless. So, I don't know. Some people think that I'm being really, really angry about things, but I'm just kind of being play angry, if that makes sense. But no, I just enjoy playing as well. I don't care if I lose. Like, yeah, in the end, even if I'm being like play competitive, if I lose, I'm just like, good game. Yep. And stuff. Do you use that voice when you actually say it? Yes. Like, you're homeless! Pretty much exactly like that. Or I'll go, "You're homeless." So I use lots of weird voices. Swimming or hiking. I'm not very good at swimming, but I kind of like swimming more than walking around. To be fair, I don't have that much energy most of the time. I probably should just have like a food diet thing that is not just ice cream and junk food. But if I did have a healthy, diet and everything, which I'm trying, I swear, then maybe hiking would be fun. But yeah, that's crazy talk. Why would I ever give up junk food? Junk food is my life. It's like junk food was my friend when no one else was there for me. But swimming is fun. I mean, swimming in a pool is fun, like a nice pool, not like I don't know. I don't know. Swimming is fun. I'm just not a very good swimmer, so it's not like if I was like stranded in the ocean, I'd be like, this is great. I love swimming. It'd be more like, wow, I'm probably gonna run out of energy in about 15 minutes and drown. Healthy junk food doesn't exist. I mean, sometimes I try to get different things to snack on. Like this is like off-brand craisins, basically, and I mean, it's not like has any real health benefits to it, but it's not as bad for you, which is kind of what you go for with snacks. Is a plain. I will end you. So many people ask me sometimes what are between like the cuts, like the fades in my videos, because things like this, planes. Healthy junk food though. Sometimes I get these things called veggie straws, which are kind of like they're made from like potato-based, spinach-based, and carrot-based. They look like little weird square tubes that are hollow in the middle, and they're made from like potatoes and carrots and things, and so they taste basically like potato chips, but they have some less bad for you things. Veggie straws, yeah, they're called veggie straws. And how? Yep. More questions. Is the Chinese food junk food? I wouldn't say that it goes under junk food, but it's not like it's the most healthy thing in the world. But I consider that a decent meal. Like if I have junk food, I mean, if I have like just chips all day, that's not good. But if I have like an actual if I have like Chinese food and I eat like chow mein and stuff, I'm just like, yep, that was a good day. I ate some things. Do I enjoy cooking? I don't really do real cooking. It's more like, oh, this is pasta from a box and it comes with the seasoning and everything. That's great. I'm gonna do that. Or I'm like, oh, look, this is a frozen thing that I can heat up. This is cool. Or this is a sandwich. Or I could eat chili from a can and cornbread from a box. So I don't really. Or like, I can make pumpkin cinnamon rolls from a little tube. So yeah, that's my cooking. Pretty much the person who does the most cooking, it's probably that person over there. Person that pisses everybody off in the YouTube comments because he's my boyfriend. Everyone gets so mad. They're like, stop talking about your fuck buddy. And I'm like, okay. Yep. Enjoy defrosting stuff. It still counts. I mean, I don't know that I get like some joy out of it. Like, oh yes, I can feel the ice melting. Winter is leaving. Like, I mean, it's fine. It's a thing. I don't know. Does anybody enjoy defrosting things? I mean, I guess global warming likes defrosting things. You laughing at me? What TV show do you most miss from your childhood? Well, it's weird to say that you miss them because you can still watch them online, which I do. Like we were watching Hey Arnold, and I watch SpongeBob, and sometimes I'll watch like the original Pokemon series. But I guess the ones that I enjoyed the most, I think, like Rugrats, I really liked. Used to watch Doug. Um, Angry Beavers, we used to watch. Like me and my sister. What else? There were definitely lots more. Oh, Scary Monsters. What else? There were tons. Like pretty much most of the basic, Hey Arnold, that too. Cow and Chicken. We watched Cow and Chicken. That one was weird. Powerpuff Girls. Pretty much most of them. I didn't really watch like Bug Juice or Temple Run or any of those. Like the ones that had real people in them were kind of boring. I know I used to watch Power Rangers when I was really little, but I don't remember pretty much anything about it. Yeah. Um, what's funny though is that like I don't know, when I was a kid I didn't really laugh at cartoons. It's not like I got a fun old time laughing away at cartoons. I kind of just sat there with like a stone face, like I was enjoying myself, but I wasn't like amused enough to laugh. That happens a lot with most TV that I don't really laugh that much. It's not until like better shows now. Like The Mindy Project makes me laugh. Miranda, which is a British kind of sitcom, makes me laugh. Um, I had a dream the other day that there was a new TV show that made me laugh until I was like hurting and wheezing from laughter. And everyone was looking at me. I'm just like, it's so funny! Oh my god! Because like it's hard for me to find things that are funny. But I woke up and I was disappointed. But it's hard for me to find things that are funny because most comedies tend to rely on lots of like sexism and racism and like making fun of people's bodies and things. Yeah, I never liked Tom and Jerry. Like I guess I don't get the joke or like the funny thing about it. It's like, look, violence isn't that fun. Yeah, like this if you were a true 90s kid. It's so funny though when people post things like they'll take a picture of like the roll-up windows on cars and they'll be like, only 90s kids will remember this. And I'm just like, okay, but those cars still exist. Like I own one of those cars. Like they still exist, and also everyone before 90s kids still know about them and remember them. It's like, I remember there was this response that somebody wrote where they just wrote out like a story about how, for some reason, all of the adults that were born before the 90s and all of the children after the 90s just lost their memory in some horrible event, and only the 90s kids remembered things, and they walked around and nobody knew what the original iPods looked like and things like that, and it was funny, because I don't know. What would I do if I win the lottery? Yeah. Um, I would probably buy a better car, or I think I have a stick shift, and I don't mind having a stick shift, but I would probably, maybe I would just buy another car. I don't know. How much did I win in the lottery? Like infinite money, basically? Because like nobody else in the house knows how to drive stick shift, and I'm just too whatever to teach them, and so I'm like worried that there's going to be an emergency and no one will know how to drive my car. Um, yeah, 90s created memory laser. I don't know. I guess I would travel a lot. I would travel a lot. I'd probably move somewhere better that doesn't have a lady downstairs that likes to slam doors 16 times in a row and scream. I just hit the mic. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know. Probably pay off the rest of my loans that my parents forced me to get to pay their bills. Probably. Yeah, that's pretty much what I would do. Just like make myself more comfortable with things. I would travel a lot. I would live in a place that was quieter, so I don't have to or maybe I'd also just put a studio in my house so everything could be quiet. A refund of your lottery ticket. On that note, how do you feel about It's Always Sunny? I don't really watch that. I don't really have a TV. I just don't have a TV. I have like Netflix and things like that. So I don't know. I don't really watch It's Always Sunny. As far as I know, the concept is something like you hate all the characters, so watch them get put into situations where they get hurt or something. I don't know. I've never seen it, so. And stuff. How is the secrets going?
Good. Just working on a final details.
Fancy. It's good. We still have like 11 minutes before we have to talk about stuff like that. Okay. Parks and Rec is funny. Okay, the first season was like a little hard to get into for me. Like if you're not, I think that after a while though it got a lot more funny for me. Like I actually was laughing about it. Although there was, there was like the main romance thing, like after around like season, I don't even remember how many seasons I watched. I might have watched 4 seasons. I don't remember. I remember I watched a lot of them. Gelato of them, Yeah. first series is brutal, the rest is very good. I remember that I kind of got bored after basically the main character got with the one person that she wanted to get with for a while, and after that it was kind of boring for me, but I probably should have just pushed through that part. I don't know. Yep, first season's hard to watch is what people are saying. But yeah, it gets funnier, in my opinion. And stuff. More questions! Taste or convenience, eat in or out? Well, I guess the problem with me is that if the only things available are things that I really, really don't want to eat, then I probably won't eat because I don't want to eat something that I don't want to eat. I don't know. A lot of it's because I had really, really like painful experiences growing up about if I didn't like foods and it was like a reflection on my character, like I'm a bad person or like an immature person if I didn't like certain foods. So it built up a lot of anxiety about trying new foods and because I also was like, for example, I was like pretty much forced to eat foods that I really, really, really didn't like they would make me gag. Like the food would make me gag or like I just really, really couldn't eat it. And I'd be like forced to like sit at the table for ages until I finished it. It also created a really, really like negative feelings around not about eating foods that I don't want to eat. So I just don't do very well at that. So if I eat out, then I tend to eat more. I usually finish everything because I get to choose exactly what I want. But I mean, I guess it depends. I like eating out, but then eating in is better for money wise, like using groceries and stuff. You don't like steak. This person doesn't like steak. Get out of my comment section. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, it's fine. Not liking steak. I haven't had steak in a really long time, but I do like steak. Every time I'm in the grocery store and I pass like the steak sauce, I just go, A1, I need you, but I never have steak. Yep. Halloween party. No, probably not. Maybe. I mean, I have this kind of group of friends that like me that throw parties sometimes, like not like get drunk parties, but like there'll be like a TV and people like could post like the music videos or the YouTube videos they want to share with the group, and they'll be like talking about social justice and just kind of joking around and maybe playing board games and stuff, and it's pretty cool. So if they do something for Halloween, then I might do whatever they're doing. But yeah, we're gonna be carving pumpkins, and that person over there, that boy over there, who I like, we're gonna be carving pumpkins, which would be good. And Roxanne is my other roommate, my best friend. Halloween is like her Christmas. What's your top fast food restaurant in general? I really like Olive Garden. That's probably the fanciest place I've ever been, besides maybe P.F. Chang's, because rich, sure. I don't know, I like Olive Garden. Sometimes we go to Denny's. I feel like I haven't really had that much of an ability to really explore the area around here or like really try a whole bunch of different things. So yeah, because sometimes if I'm just like I just want something simple, I'll just go to the familiar places and the familiar foods. And sometimes even if it's the same kind of food, I'd be like, I don't know about a new place. But then sometimes I'm really adventurous and I'm like, let's go somewhere new. So Olive Garden. Olive Garden is like it's an Italian restaurant, but it's kind of like not like super Italian restaurant. It's kind of like considered like an Americanized Italian restaurant kind of thing. Like I'm trying to think of an actual example. It's not an actual like Italian restaurant. It's kind of like an Americanized Italian restaurant. But for me, it's fancy enough for me to consider it fancy. Like, you know, waiters dressed in black and big ass bowls of salad. That's the only time I ever like salad. Is the Olive Garden salad. It's this big bowl of salad. It's delicious. And their bread. It's really easy to fill up on bread. Their pasta is good. But yeah, I don't know. That's what that is and stuff. Yeah, it's not fast food, but it's not real Italy. Yep. And how? We have 5 more minutes of questions, and then we're going to move on to the trivia and the cool prizes and stuff. So, if you could just get them on the iPad so I could just show them what they look like.
Sure.
And I'll tell you guys the prizes before we start so you know if you actually care enough to win it. It's great, like going to the Four Seasons. I've never been to the Four Seasons. What is that? I have such a frog in my throat today. So very convenient. What have I learned about Mexican culture? I don't know. Like, I haven't really been around that much. I haven't really been there yet. I haven't really learned that much. Like, I don't know. He's pretty Americanized, but I mean, I don't know. It's like he likes Mexican culture and everything, but we haven't gone there yet, so I don't know. I'm not like surrounded by Mexicans. He's like, we did meet that guy in the Walmart parking lot who was selling tamales yesterday, so I don't know. Yeah. Who are my favorite ASMR creators to listen to personally? Okay. I mean, I think most people like Maria, Gentle Whispering, but I think that if we get a little more personal, I like Fairy Shar ASMR usually triggers me. There's this one girl who's a little less known. Her username is ASMR by Lisa, and she kind of looks like she could be my little sister if I had a little sister. But she's good. English is not her first language, but I can't remember. It might have been Dutch. Might have been her first language, something like that. Yeah, Dutch. Who else do I like? I like Pigs Bum 53. Who do I listen to the most lately? I like the Vinny Vitty Volps person. Let me just go check my YouTube subscription page and see which ones I actually listen to. I listen to Brittany ASMR. Brittany ASMR is my friend, and she does a lot of interesting role plays. Like she gets a lot of costumes, and I think she has a green screen now, so that's pretty cool. Let me just see who else I actually watched lately. I think that Diana Do ASMR is also pretty good. Sorry, I'm just trying to like check the people I actually follow. Those are people who are active lately. Let me just look a little bit more. Searching for things that I like. Oh, what's her name? It's like a Neon Indie Girl. I like her too. Neon Indie Girl is good. Most of her videos trigger me, especially her one where she has it's like she has really blonde hair and like red lips is like the thumbnail, and it's like an ear-to-ear video with like lip smacking, and it's so good. It's so good. Yeah. I don't know. I wish that there were more people who did really, really close-up ear-to-ear whispers. It's why pretty much all of my videos, besides some role plays, are ear-to-ear because I feel like what's the point otherwise? I don't know. So that's why pretty much all my videos are ear-to-ear because that's what I like. So, stuff and things. Those people I watch. Have you met another ASMR creators in person? No. If you want to kind of go there, he makes videos. He hasn't made them in a while, but technically he makes ASMR. But yeah. Other than that, nope. Never met another ASMR artist. 2 more minutes of questions, and then I'll ask you questions. Oh. And how? 1 more minute. Type out your questions. Do you think there'll be a convention organized? I'm not sure. I think that what might put some creators off about having like a gathering kind of thing is that there are a lot of people who are like in the comment section and everything that are kind of creepy, and or like really, really like overly sexualize them, or I don't know, are just kind of like, I'm not sure if I want to meet you kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. Might attract the wrong kind of people. So I think that a lot of them, because that is kind of common, that it would be a little, it would make us kind of cautious about how to go about that, because you don't want to be like, you can't come, you're not a good enough follower, but like, you know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of the main thing that makes people put it off, because a lot of people don't understand how to, that if something feels good, that it's not necessarily sexual. Like in our culture, people have a really time separating those ideas, and so a lot of people will treat it as a fetish, and we don't really want to encourage those people to be like in our general proximity. So like I would say that most of the people who like follow us and watch our videos and everything are fine. They're like good people, but I would say that more so than like a vlogger, for example, that would be the problem. Yep. All right, so that's the end of the Q&A section of today's video. I take it events might happen over in the UK. That'd be pretty cool. That probably would help, that I feel like people who really are there to kind of mess with you aren't going to pay that much money. Yep. So that might deter some. That's kind of mean to say, but it's like I feel like it is a little bit more prevalent in the ASMR community than otherwise. Right. So, you, person, do you have the things? We just need to get him an iPad. So he's gonna sort up the things. Basically, there's the smaller prize, and then there's like a bigger prize. The small one is that we have like custom stickers that we're designing. That's what he's doing over there, is getting the last touches on the stickers. And I'm going to show you the designs in a second on the iPad once he gets them there. So there's custom stickers that will mail you if you answer the question right first. And then the other one, which is kind of the bigger prize, so it's like a slightly harder question, is you personally, just one of you, will get to see my Pokemon roleplay early, because it doesn't come out until the beginning of next month. And so you will get to see it now, today. You want the Rolex? Somebody was joking that they want a Rolex, but yeah. Yep, so those are the two prizes. There's 3 different designs for the stickers, and he's getting them on the iPad now, so I can show them to you, and you can pick whichever one you want. We'll order them, and it'll take like a couple of days for us to order them, and then we'll mail it to you, so you'll have to provide us with your shipping address, basically. Yep, and stuff. So, yep. I'm just going to wait a little bit. He's almost done. He's almost got them on there. Do you have them?
Yeah, let me just save them so that you see what my Facebook.
Okay. Yep. Just a second, and I will show the sticker designs to you.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Okay, so I just like slide sideways.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one looks like this. It's wasn't the border though.
Right.
Right. So this one's actually not the complete design. Sorry, we're a little bit behind schedule here. I don't know if you can see it. Kind of like that. It's kind of bright. Can you lower the brightness?
Sure.
Sorry, we've never done this before. Forgive me. Forgive me.
Is that better?
Yep. Okay. So this is the first one. There's actually one extra thing to the design that we're going to do, which is the border is going to have like words that says like scratching, tapping, and things. So yeah, that's the first one. This one says left side, right side. And then this one is like SoftlyGaloshes with a brain, basically. Yep. So those are those. You'll get to choose. You have however long you want to take to look at them to see like when they actually are completely, like you can see them on the computer and anything. So we'll get that to you as soon as possible. And then again, the other prize is you get to see my Pokemon roleplay a few weeks early. So there you go. Right. They're square. They're going to be square stickers. Yep. Okay, so the first question is going to be the easier one. And again, whoever answers it first, that's who wins, and we'll talk to you when it's done, and we'll get your information and things. So the first one, which is for whatever sticker you want, is what were the first words that I ever said in a video on my SoftlyGaloshes channel? So, The first sentence. The first little phrase thing that I ever said. So, yep, there you go. Someone got already. This is my first ASMR video, which is not actually that introspective or enlightening, but there it is. That's the first one. All right. So George will talk to you afterwards to get your address so you can get the sticker, and you can choose whichever one you want. Okay. Now the second question is a little bit harder, and this is going to be the one for the see my Pokemon roleplay early because it's not going to come out until next month, but you can see it today because it's up. Which is, what was the first video that I said left side, right side in? Mm-hmm. Yep. So if you didn't hear it the first time, the question is, which was the first video that I said left side, right side in? Do 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 do. Yeah, right. Yeah, and stuff. So we'll just wait. You have time. You have plenty of time to figure it out. Just be the first one, or you get nothing. Nope, not the correct one. Right? Nope. So it is not Binaural Triggery, and it is not Whisperfest. But you're in the right area. Nope. Not the Caring Friend roleplay either. Oops, I just hit the mic again, sorry. Do 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 do. Yep, tappity tap. Angus got it. That was it. It was my tappity tap video. It's the first time I did left side, right side. Ding 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 ding. Yeah, there you go. So Angus got it. He's gonna see my role play. Yay! Okay, so I hope that was fun. Did that make it a little more exciting? Because we're gonna be doing that every live show. Just a couple of, yeah, we'll talk about that in a sec. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, yeah. So hopefully that made it more exciting. Frantic video watching. Click click. So yeah, we'll mail it to you. George, we'll talk to you afterwards, and then Angus, I'll link it to you. And I already know your Twitter because we're friends. Okay, so that was fun. Good, I'm glad. And things. So now it's pretty much just a chatty McChat time. You can talk about whatever. I can tell stories. I do have an announcement, is that I don't know if you guys were aware of the ASMRU Ready website that me and Chris were working on. We last were talking about it in like June. We took a few months off, but we are really, really close to being done with it. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're going to release it today, right? Yeah. There's a couple of things that we might, tweak as it goes on, but we think that it's ready to release it today. So you guys will get to see it pretty much now. I could actually just probably screen share and then go onto the website. Which I have shown it before, but yeah. I'll link it to you guys later today. It was mostly just an announcement. Yeah, I will link it to you in the next few hours or so after the show. Yeah, well, I'll be doing the Tinglies again. The Tinglies was basically a competition for ASMR You Ready, where people will vote for the kind of trigger, and then people will submit their videos of that trigger, and there's some guidelines, and then people will vote for their favorites. I think it was actually that we will first pick the 3 finalists or something like that, and then you guys would vote from there. Otherwise, pretty much there would also be some rules, like people who have like an insane amount of subscribers can't enter, because I feel like that would be a really unfair advantage, because they would just send all of their like 1 million followers to vote for them, which is also why we kind of do a check and balance by choosing the final 3, because we don't want people who are like insanely good and like have like 1 million subscribers to kind of unbalance it. But yeah, we will be doing that again. Actually, you, person over there, check the website, because there's. But yeah, that'd be good. Exactly. A load of subs would defeat the purpose, especially because like the main core idea of ASMR You Ready is promoting people who don't have a lot of subscribers, who aren't doing like insanely well, or if they're known but they're not like you're not like Maria Heather Feather or something. So that's the thing. The last person who won, which was the first Tinglies competition in June, I think voting was in May though, was Brittany ASMR, my friend. So that's pretty good. And it wasn't like we at the time I don't think that we were even that close, but yeah, she won. We didn't like vote her forward, although I voted for her. But yeah, so that's a thing. So once it starts to get released, either today or in the next couple of days, as we just double check that everything is working, then yeah, then we're gonna need people to write articles about things happening in the ASMR community, whether, let's say, some ASMR artist was doing a contest, or let's say that there was something that you just wanted to talk about that you noticed in the community, like an opinion piece or something like that. Or, there's also people, there's videos on the site, as in people will kind of feature different people's videos in the video section, and you can like search for videos and search for people on there and everything. So that's cool. Also things like discussions, like having like a little discussion piece where someone will present like a topic and then everyone can comment, and it has like a Facebook commenting system on it to just make it easy so you don't have to like create an account or anything. Things like interviews, like we already have, the thing is we already have a lot of content on there because this is, before this it was a Tumblr. And the Tumblr is actually where it is right now until we officially launch everything else. So if you or anybody you know would be interested in doing that, that'd be great. Otherwise, it'll mostly be, us keeping it going. But there's already plenty of content on the site as it is. Things like people's ASMR stories where, the first time that they remembered having ASMR is on there. There's already a lot of stuff on there. So yeah, that's cool. That will be fully released within either today or in the next couple days, in case something comes up when we need to sort it, because you don't want to. Usually it's like when an author prints out their book and the first thing they do when they see it is see all the typos they made. You know what I mean? So yeah, things like that. So from now on, you can ask more questions if you want, or we can just chill and I can tell stories or whatever. Things like that. We're thinking of new ideas to make things that you could get on Patreon that are a little more fun, but I don't want to release it yet until we have more of a thing put together, because I don't want to say the idea and then other people will take my cool idea, technically it was his idea, and do that. But there are things coming up, so that'll be cool. And there will also be things, thank you. Someone says this I did great. Props to you and Chris and Hal. There are also going to be some things that I'm working on, especially with Brittany ASMR, things that won't be for Patreon, so they'll be free for everybody, kind of thing, to make things interesting. Again, not going to give the idea away until it's more put together, or pretty much until it's ready to be done. But yeah, there's things happening. It'll be fun and cool, so get excited. And yeah, and pretty much every live show there's going to be the trivia thing with some cool prizes, stuff like that. And there might be more stickers, or at some point we are actually working on t-shirts, like better t-shirts. So that'd be cool. Some t-shirts and things that we're working on that we'd actually want. And that's probably what's going to happen. We're going to order them, and people are like, where'd you get your shirt? And I'm like, well, I have something to tell you. But yeah. Someone asks, how is school going, and what sort of qualification do you get at the end of it? Okay, well, for me, I'm not really going for a degree. Right now I'm kind of just going for fun because I get classes for free because of my income level and everything. So I'm mostly just taking like psychology classes. Last semester I was taking piano and tennis. I really liked piano my first semester, but then my second semester I had a really not great teacher, and I couldn't continue with the teacher that I liked from the first semester because she didn't teach intermediate or rather second semester beginning piano at that school. It was a farther away campus. But after that, the second teacher just really killed it for me. But anyway, I'm not really going for a degree. I'm going for funsies because, I don't know, I like YouTube as my job. It's the best job in the freaking world. Although thinking, I don't know, maybe when I'm like in my 30s or something, maybe I'll be a therapist or something. I don't know. But I'm kind of fine with what I'm doing now. What is the agenda for the rest of the day? Well, I have to go to the library and print out my study guide so I can study for this test that I've been procrastinating on. It's on Thursday. And then I have another quiz on Wednesday, but I need to finish reading the book for it by Monday, so tomorrow. It'll be fun. I have to read like 3 chapters of this, because I'm taking a marriage and family class, and this is like a book about things you should know about marriage and stuff. And the other class I'm taking is Intro to Chemical Dependency. So basically it's a class about drugs. Just funny because whenever I have an exam for that class, I'll just put on my calendar drug test because I thought that was funny. And stuff. He's laughing at me. You're laughing at me. Yeah. Jerk. You're a big jerk. But yeah. So, things and stuff. Right. So, how are you guys today? How are you? You just kicking it? And stuff. We went feeding ducks again, but actually most of it was a water gun fight back when my Norwegian friend Ingvild was visiting. Ingvild. He filmed stuff, and he's going to be editing a vlog eventually. We've been procrastinating. So there'll be a new vlog on my MyCLulu channel of that. So I know that I've done a video of feeding ducks before, but to be fair, most of the video is actually water gun fights. And how? Enjoying the extra hour here in Europe. Do you have some weird daylight savings time thing going on right now? Across the pond? Yep. They're like, didn't we lose an hour? I have no idea. You just... Oh man, we're gonna have to ship something all the way to across the pond, baby. That's the person who won the sticker. Isn't that convenient? An extra hour in Mexico, too. We have people from Mexico.
Where in Mexico?
Where in Mexico? Mexico City.
No.
It's like, what city do you live in? Mexico? Mexico City. It's like, what heals Pokemon from paralysis? Paralyze heal.
Awesome.
Road trip. We're actually kind of thinking about visiting Mexico for Christmas time or somewhere around there, because that's where he grew up, and that's where he wants to take me. And stuff. Should be fun. Hope the postage isn't too bad to the UK. It'll probably be fine. It's probably not going to be that much. I mean, it'll be like an envelope with a sticker inside of it, and maybe a little note for you if I'm feeling generous. We'll just go to the post office and stuff and things. So, yeah. We'll get to you as soon as we can. Oh no, William Romaine left the chat. Might have just been, if you're noteworthy. If you're noteworthy. Claps for you. If someone's like this guy. That's hilarious. Bow. And this is why we have fun. No, it's funny for people who would watch the recording of these shows later, and they'd be like, what's the point? We don't care about your personality. Do live ASMR. You just do ASMR. Why do you do anything else? No one cares about you. Or someone's like, stop talking about your boyfriend. We don't care about you. Just do more triggers. And I'm just like, all right. Good talk. I don't know. And there's always the people who don't want to go to the shows that are just like, they're pointless. And I'm like, I don't know. There's a reason why you don't have to go. I mean, no one makes you and stuff. And things. No, it's great though, because Heather Feather actually showed me how to blacklist my comments, so I don't have to have words in my. Anyone who posts like comments with these words in it, they just don't. I just don't see them. They get put in a little evil box called held for review that I just don't look at. And every time I do look at it, I'm just like, wow, I'm really glad that I don't need to read any of these comments, because they're really horrible. Like they're really, really horrible. Like most of them are like really gross sexual comments, but then some of them are just like people who are really, really horrible people. So they're actually like threatening him because I don't know, maybe they think that they're going out with me, but no, that's not stuff. I mean, I don't know. And then some people are just like, they're just jealous, don't worry about it. And I'm like, when did death threats become some sort of accepted like thing that you do? Like there was some article headline recently that says, gamers debate over whether sending women death threats is actually a problem or not. And it's just like, or like when people say things like, it's just the internet, who cares? It's like, police, please, just listen to me out. I just gave a death threat on the phone. It's not like real life. It's just sounds. Like, it's just another way to communicate. The internet is just another way to communicate. Yeah, like it seems to shock people when they find out you're actually people with lives. I know, it's like there's this really weird mindset when people watch YouTubers where they um they kind of see them as like famous, but not so famous as they're unreachable, like maybe like a famous actor would be. So it's like, and also the fact that they don't have to pay up front for the videos. They get this idea that they're not worth anything, and so they get really pissed off. One, if people make a living off of the videos, which doesn't really make sense to me because it's like they want better quality content, they want more content, and they want you to be more and more creative. But if you think about it, if you have, let's say you have school and a job, or even just a job. If you have a job, you're working 40 hours a week. That is something else. That's all that time that you can't really be working on videos. If it just remains a hobby, then it's not going to be as frequent or as, it can't improve as much because they have to spend most of their energy on something else. But if that's combined, then they have all of this time to work on those videos. So it's just weird. But yeah. Also the idea that they feel like they treat them kind of like entertainment machines sometimes because because they feel like since they don't have to pay money up front that it's not actually like worth anything except for the fact that they obviously enjoy the service. Or people who get really rude about ad block and things. Like I have ad block on my browser, but I disable it for things that I know are safe, like or that people make money off of. Like I don't use it on YouTube, I don't use it on Facebook, I don't use it on Tumblr, I don't use it on any webcomics that I like, especially like people who are like on, like that's their businesses or webcomic and things. I just keep it on for things like, new websites that I don't know are gonna like jump out at me and things, to protect my computer. But yeah, exactly. I can whitelist URLs and everything, so that's fine. So like obviously I'm not saying like headblock is evil, but it's like if you like their content and you want more of it, I don't really see the problem. Like you can usually skip after 5 seconds in the first place. I don't know. It's just weird to me. But I don't know. You always get this idea that they like demand your time. That because they can send you messages whenever they want, and especially because I do make an effort to answer them, especially like on Twitter and Tumblr and things. They feel like they have the right to tell you whatever they want and demand whatever they want. I get a really weird questions where people be like, "Tell me why you broke up with your last boyfriend," and I'm just like, "No." And they're like, "Just tell me." And I'm like, "I don't really see how it's any of your business." And they're just like, "It just is. Now tell me." And I'm just like, what do they expect to happen? Do they expect to be like, "Oh, crap, you're Anon number 437. I forgot we had some sort of unspoken agreement that you're entitled to everything about my personal life. Sorry, forgot." Like, or like people who like demand like sexual favors, and then when they're like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And people are like, "You don't have to respond so angrily. They even said they weren't trying to be rude." And I'm just like, if you preface your sentence with "I'm not trying to be rude," that doesn't just make it not rude anymore. I could be like, "Not to be rude, but I fucking hate you." That's not gonna make it not rude anymore. That's not gonna change the sentiment of the sentence. You don't have to watch the whole ad. I'm pretty sure that the longer you watch the ad, it does increase revenue. It's a really complicated equation of like comments and favorites and views and how long you watch the video and how long you watch the ads. So, I mean, if you want to watch the whole ads, I'm pretty sure that does actually benefit me. But I'm pretty sure it still, does something if you skip. Just whatever you want. I mean, if you guys want to watch all the ads, if you want to help out, that's great. But like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a choice you can make. I'm not gonna get mad if people skip it. But yeah, apparently 5 seconds is too much for some. What is to happen about those who steal your vids and republish them? I just report them. There was one recently that I had to report like 10 videos, something like that, or maybe 20 videos, and then they all got removed. And then Chris, actually, we were looking for what people have been doing roleplays around to see if any of them looked fun to do as well. And we saw roleplays that I had done, and we found the exact same person had then reposted like 30 more of my videos. And so I just reported them again. But because they got like 34 plus copyright violations, that was really loud. That's the lady downstairs slamming doors. But because I got like 34 plus copyright violations just for me and also from other people, their account got shut down. That's usually what happens. They don't make revenue from it, even if they try to monetize them, because nobody really goes to them. They're going to get like 4 views, and then by the time everyone knows that that's not the right channel. They're not going to be tricked to go there. And if they get 5 views, that's nothing. You've $0 and 0 cents for that. So I really don't understand why they put in the effort to do all that, because they don't benefit from it, and eventually they just get banned anyway. Because earthquake. Lady Below is an earthquake. Yeah, but sometimes it's worse than that. Sometimes it'll be that loud that it shakes the whole apartment. It happened like 16 times in a row, and sometimes it just makes you jump, but then sometimes it's incredibly irritating. Usually it doesn't happen past the sound curfew, which is 10 p.m., but last night she was also blasting her TV until like midnight, but I was working on my video anyway, so I was like, alright, I'm going to give her time, but then, I don't know. The thing is, I don't know, she struggles with something mental illness-wise, and she probably shouldn't be living alone, but I don't know. Anyway, sometimes it's hard to ask her to be quiet because she isn't quite lucid, if that makes sense. But last night she responded, but at the same time it might have been her sister. I do not know. Are YouTube good at dealing with this kind of stuff? Does it take a pretty while? Are they responsive? Pretty much, honestly, if I report all those videos, if I reported them today, then they usually get removed by tomorrow. And if it happens often enough, like usually after that many things, they just get shut down anyway, for that many copyright violations. This is the first person that they actually re-uploaded everything, and I had to get them again before they were banned. Yeah, they're usually really responsive. They usually get it removed by the next day, and then they'll get banned if it happens, if it's whatever they deem is enough time. Yep. So, that's that. About 4 minutes left of today's live show. So I guess I would just ask, did you like it better this way, with kind of a schedule and like the trivia thing and the little prizes and stuff? How did you like that? How did that go for you? Yes, ran smoothly. Yep, before I think that I wouldn't necessarily have to fill up the time, because the whole video would be kind of like this section right here, this last part where I'm just talking, and sometimes there would be like awkward pauses and things. But yeah, 10 out of 10 would attend again. Yes, ran smooth. The show has been awesome, loving the new schedule and the trivia, thanks very much. Good. And someone says it's more engaging. Good, I'm glad. Yeah, and so the prizes will be different each time, or, we might, do things like pins and stickers and things, but we're going to be thinking of more interesting things, stuff like that. So, again, George, you should maybe send me a message on Tumblr or something, and then I can get your address, and I will get it to you as soon as possible. We will try to be as quick as possible as we can. It shouldn't be too much, because it's just going to be like an envelope, like a letter, so, and stuff. And I'll write you a little note, too. Noteworthy. And as for Angus, I already talked to you, so I will just send you the link to the Pokemon thing pretty much right now. Am I going to have lunch? Yeah, I'm probably going to have lunch. That's probably going to happen. And then I have to make sure that I go to the library to print out my study guide before it closes today and stuff. So, yep. And I might start reading this book, because I finished The Glass Republic, which is the second in the Skyscraper Throne. I'm pretty sure it's a trilogy. I'm pretty sure there's just one more. I actually had to order it on Amazon from England. Like I had to, like one of the third-party sellers on Amazon, to get it from England, because it's not released in the United States yet. But the first one is, but not the other two. And the other two are out. And I'm just like, I need them. They're so good. Yeah, they're so good. I have an alarm on my phone to remind me around 2 o'clock, in case I've forgotten. But yeah, it's really, really good. But it's funny because I got I didn't realize that I'd bought a British version, but it's funny because like the punctuation is different. In here, when there's like dialogue in a book, they have like the double quotations around it, and then if you are quoting somebody within the quote, then they have the single ones. But then the British versions, the outside are the single ones, and if you quote, then the insides are the double ones. So that's weird. That's pretty weird. And they called some things a little bit different. Like it was like cover up. We call it cover up, but there they called it like camouflage cover, something like that. It was weird, but such a good book. Oh my gosh, so good. And stuff, and things and stuff. Right. So about 1 minute left. Any of you watching the recording? Did this seem more fun this time? Bet you want to come and win something next time, don't you? That's right. And just a reminder is that these monthly live shows are available to those who pledge $5 or more per video on my Patreon. You can always choose a maximum amount that you spend on Patreon. For example, if let's say you do $5 per video, but then you don't really want to spend more than $10 or $15, then you can put in your account that you're not going to spend more than that. And honestly, if you want, you could literally just do $5 a month, and that's fine. It'll just do $5 for the first video. What's interesting though is I don't really like how on Patreon on the front page they say you make this much per video, because that's not true, because people have their maximums, right? So after the first video it goes down as people's maximums go, so it's not like I get this much per video, it like goes down kind of steeply. So I don't like how they do it that way, because it makes people think that you're getting a lot more than you actually are. But yeah, library, don't forget, now you need a clever live show closing comment. Ugh, I don't know. Get out of my lawn, go leave, nobody likes you anyway. Okay. Get softly galoshed. Yep. My beautiful assistant, Chris. Thank you, Bobo. Okay, so this is the end. I am going now. Lord of the Rings reference? No? Alright. Peace.